It's the preview of Liverpool versus Arsenal. And Ole is still at the wheel.
Plot Malaysia!
Hello! Welcome to the Plot Malaysia. This is our 97th episode. This is the show for the fans.
By the fans!
Woo! Well, after the long international break.
Oh my God, I hate the international break, Ram. I freaking hate the international break, man.
I hate it too. I echo your sentiment. It feels good when a United fan echo the same sentiment as Liverpool once in a while. Yes, we are back. We are back with a bang, and we are going to rock, the preview of game week 12. Hurry, we are not alone today, aren't we? Huh?
No, we're not at all alone, man. We've got some special guests in the house. Very, very special guests in the house. One is our resident pundit, la. He's the man, the legend.
He's the man.
Let's bring him on. Let's bring him on.
Yeah, let's bring our resident pundit, resident guest on the show first. So let's welcome Samson.
Hey,
guys.
Where's your long hair, Samson?
There you go. Look at this.
Where's your long hair, Samson?
I don't want to look. I
cut it off. I decided I bought this jersey for Ram, but I decided to wear it.
Why me? I'm not a Liverpool fan.
We beat you guys 5-0. I decided to treat myself. So to treat myself, I buy you a gift and I wear it. So there's the
okay. Then just wear it. Okay. Because if you gave it to me, I would have burned it anyway. So So thank you for your gift.
Time to convert.
No.
I was going to say, Samson, where's your long hair? Your strength all gone, bro.
Yeah.
If you follow the Samson stories of old, then your strength is gone, bro. That's not good for Liverpool, man. I'm getting worried.
Now everybody's back to office, so we kind of have to keep it neat and trim, So MCOs,
Okay.
Obviously, I didn't take note of that line.
Well, Hurry is just trying to cover his bald spot. Anyway, moving forward, we have, of course, for the first time, but let me tell you, this guy, he's a diehard Arsenal fan. Okay, he's a good friend of ours. Okay, known him for many, many years. He's been in the same college as myself and Samson, and it's so fortunate to have him on the show. Let's welcome none other than Raki.
Oh God!
Oh my goodness! What a stellar cast do we have today?
Yeah,
stellar cast. With
when I see Raki, I go this. Raki.
Bale. I mean, we're not promoting alcohol over here, just saying, but it's been really, really, really good. Raki, thank you for coming.
Good to have you on.
Thank you for coming on.
Thank you for inviting me. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Yeah.
Awesome. Hurry, take it away, man. What do we have in store for our viewers and, of course, our fellow guests today? Let's go.
Obviously, we're back with a bang. The Premier League is back with a bang. So we're doing the preview of the Premier League, which kicks off tomorrow. Some big games this weekend, actually. So good to be back in the Premier League. Obviously, some classic games. So we're going to go through the fixtures very quickly, as we always do, guys. And then we're going to go deep into some of the biggest games of the week. And obviously, everyone knows the biggest game of the week is on Sunday morning at 1 a.m. or 1:30 a.m. But we'll get to that very quickly. So the games coming along this weekend, guys. Early kickoff is actually a great game, Leicester-Chelsea. I think this is going to be a cracking game. And my hope, I think Samson as well here, is that hopefully Chelsea points here. It's a possibility away at Leicester.
I'm hoping a draw points. Yeah, I'm hoping Leicester wins this one. Yep, definitely.
Yeah, so that's the hope. And then this game is a game I'm going to be watching, man. It's probably now a second team for me in the league, Aston Villa, playing Brighton. First game of Steven Gerrard as manager of Villa. against Brighton. So I don't know about you, Samson, but I'm going to catch this game, man.
Definitely.
I'd like to see how the man does. So that's going to be a good game to watch. And then Burnley, Crystal Palace, Newcastle, Brentford. Newcastle under new manager, new owners now. New manager Eddie Howe as well. So it'd be good to see how they line up and how they go under Eddie Howe.
Yep.
Norwich, Southampton.
I wonder how.
I mean, this game, Ram, we're going to be talking about this as well. But I'm guessing you're dreading this game, La. You probably dread any team you play, La, right now. So it's Watford away from home. Claudio Ranieri, well, you never know what's going to happen there. So let's
Emmanuel Dennis with the hat trick. Oh, boy.
Emmanuel Dennis.
Oh, come on, dream on, dream on.
You never know. You never know.
I've got Ismaila Sai in my team. I've got Ismaila Sai in my fantasy team, so I'm banking on him to get a couple of goals.
Same here.
Good job, bro. Good job. Wolves, West Ham. West Ham are flying right now, man. So I don't know who stops them right now. They're in really good form. So I probably fancy them to get a win there, love. And it's going to be a good game. And then Liverpool, Arsenal, which we'll get into. Man City, Everton. That's not going to be an easy game as well. Although Rafa Benitez, stubborn.
Drop points.
I mean, Rafa Benitez, stubborn manager. He'll go there, set up to defend. May try and sneak a draw. You never know. And then Spurs, lead Spurs as well under Antonio Conte, right? Second game in the league under Conte. So it'll be very interesting to see how they go with that one. Great games, but like I said, there's no other place to start, especially when you've got Rocky in the house. Then the firecracker game. The game that normally over the last few seasons has ended up 5-0, 4-1, 3-1, 3-0. I don't know, man. It's always big game, big scores for Liverpool at Anfield. But this game has got a different complexion this time.
Yep.
So I'm just going to set the tone for this. Liverpool are actually in worse form than Arsenal. Going to the game, they've dropped points in a draw at Brighton at home, then dropped 3 points against Everton away. Coming into this game with a lot of injuries in midfield as well. I don't even know if they've got 3 midfielders to play. And then Arsenal, on the other hand, I think they're 10 unbeaten in all competitions, getting wins, keeping a lot of clean sheets with a really good defense now, stable defense. Ramsdale, obviously Gabriel, I think Ben White plays. And I think the player that's impressed me the most, Tomiyasu, the
Correct. The Japanese Pokemon.
Japanese Pokemon. So yeah, so you know he's got them firing. So I mean it's going to be a good game.
Well, I wonder who is Tomiyasu poking at this moment. Anyway, go on. Yeah. So. So yeah.
So, you know, I mean, it's going to be a firecracker. And we're starting off with a comment here. Lakshan, thanks for chipping in, man. But yeah, I hope Liverpool can bounce back against Arsenal tomorrow. So I've set the tone for the game. Liverpool normally go into this game hot favorites. They're still favorites, obviously, because of the talent in the squad and the consistency. And at home, but Arsenal are in better form going into the game. So I've set the tone. Now I'm going to turn to Samson first, the home man, the Liverpool man. Samson, how do you think this game is going to play out? Are you nervous going into the game?
Yeah, I'm actually a bit nervous, more nervous than the West Ham game, actually. One was, of course, because from following the Brighton game, they haven't been really, performing up to standards. And, of course, I hate the international break.
So do we, man.
Yeah, man. It's a killer, and I think a few players got injured as well, going off for the international break, coming into the game. So with the last form they played, and with these injured players, and we're talking about the likes of probably Mane, maybe even Robertson, and of course the midfield. Our midfield has been a bit of not consistent this season, but so a bit nervous, to be honest with you. But I'm hoping for them to try and step it through. We are actually coming against a very on-form Arsenal, who has been unbeaten, I think, in the last couple of games. So as much as I'm looking forward to the game, I'm a bit nervous.
Yeah, I mean, so it gives you a good point, right, Samson? I mean, obviously our form is a bit up and down recently, but a lot of it has been down to overplaying, I think, too many games and a lot of injuries in midfield, especially.
Yeah.
I think we have lost a lot of midfielders, right? So, but just to give some team news coming out yesterday from Klopp, from what I heard. So for the guys out there, if you guys are interested to know, Mane is fit. He's training as normal. He's fit, so he's going to play. So he's back. Bobby Firmino, of course, is still out, which is a shame because Bobby really does well against Arsenal all the time. He scores a lot of goals against Arsenal. So he's out. And I think he's still going to be a couple of weeks out. The other one, Robertson. Apparently, Robertson is 50-50. Not 50-50. He's likely fit, but I think he won't be risked because Tsimikas is in great form. So I would actually want Tsimikas to play. I think Robertson is in bad form compared to Tsimikas. So maybe give Robertson a break. The other injury you mentioned, Henderson. Apparently, he's close to fit as well. So there's a chance he will play this weekend or he'll be fit. If not, he'll definitely be fit for Porto. And then, of course, Thiago is fit. Fabinho is fit. Oxlade-Chamberlain is fit. Apart from that, James Milner is still out. Naby Keita is out. Elliott is out. And Curtis Jones with a very freak eye injury is out for a few more weeks. So basically, if Henderson is not fit, we're left with 3 midfielders going into the tie, which means we can't afford an injury in midfield. So tricky scenario, but that's the team news going into the game as well. What about you, Raki? How are you feeling going into this game, man? You guys on form? I don't think you have any injured players as well. I heard Aubameyang is back. I heard Partey may be coming back. Tell me,
time
brother.
to party.
But to be honest with you guys, I'm not looking for a win. I mean, as long as we can get a draw in Anfield, it's a fact. Anfield is not a place to play with Liverpool where they are weak. They can create miracles. Just imagine the game against Barcelona. They were 3-0 down and they came back 4-0. No one expected that. So for me to say that we're going to go for a win, I think that's a bit too high. I'll still stick to a draw. If I can get a 1-1 or 0-0 draw, I think it'll be good enough for us. Because Anfield, to be honest, the atmosphere, the fans, it's massive. It's massive. So I will go for a draw. I'll be 1-1.
Let's tell us something. I mean, just as Liverpool fan, I'm very, very curious. I'm sure Samson is as well. What has resulted in this upturn in form, in your opinion? What has been working for you guys? And yeah.
First of all, I would say that Arteta did a few good signings, which you look at age. If you look at our midfield, that's what Sambi Lokonga.
Yep.
He's what? He's not even 23, 22. I think he's 21. I think 21.
Very, very young squad.
Yeah, even the Japanese Pokemon guy, he's only what, 22, 23?
Yeah.
Even that goalkeeper that they bought from, where was he from? Sheffield.
Sheffield, I think. Ramsdale, yeah. I think it was Sheffield United, yeah.
You look at his age, you look at Ben White, and then they bought the Portuguese player, the left back, Nuno Tavares.
He's also quite young.
So, from what I'm looking at, he's creating a youth team for Arsenal. Except for the striker, Aubameyang is 32.
And not just young, sometimes you can buy young, but players who are not good enough. He's buying players who are really good, actually, very talented young players. And then not just that, man. For me, I mean, I'm going to ask you this as well, and then I'll give you my point of view and get Samson's as well and Ram as well on this. But what do you think? What do you think is the strength of the Arsenal team now? In the last 10 games, the way you have gone unbeaten, where is the strength lie?
The midfield. I'm looking at the midfield because without Xhaka, we are playing way better than him.
Okay.
You can look at Thomas. Sorry?
So if Partey is not fit for the game, I heard he's a doubt, right? Thomas Partey may be doubtful for the game.
Yeah, he's a doubt. Then they might bring in that Norwegian guy, Martin Odegaard.
Yep.
So I'm looking at it. But Xhaka is actually, he slows down Arsenal gameplay. And he does a lot of mistakes as a defensive midfield. He does a lot of error.
Yep.
There's no communication between Ben White and him. But without him, they're playing way better. You see, the last game that he played was against Spurs, where Arsenal won 3-1. And back then, after that, you look at the way they are performing, it's totally different.
Another question, man, very quickly. The strength of Arsenal right now, because two things. I mean, is it the defense? Because they're keeping a lot of clean sheets now, I noticed. So is it the defense or is it the attack, the young attack under? I mean, I know Aubameyang is old, but Smith Rowe and Bukayo Saka.
Yeah, I'm looking at the defense. If you talk about Gabriel, Ben White, then you have the Scottish guy, Kieran Tierney. Yeah, and also the goalkeeper. I mean, you have to look at the goalkeeper. He did some amazing saves. He did amazing save against Leeds. Remember? Even Peter Schmeichel tweeted that's one of the best saves I ever seen. Yeah. So the team fits in well, but Anfield will be a major test for them, to be honest.
Okay, fair enough, fair enough. Samson,
Because
what about you,
you're playing
man?
against. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead,
Yeah,
go ahead, Raki.
go for it.
No, you're going to play against Mo Salah, Sadio Mane. These are experienced Premier League players, and it's going to be a
Mo
big test
Salah.
for them. And also you
I
have
mean,
Van Dijk over there.
For me,
So
Mo
yeah,
Salah is currently the best player in the world right now. So
yeah, yeah.
if Arsenal's defense can really come into terms with him and try to keep him out as much as possible, I don't see a reason why Arsenal cannot come out with a result. I think it's possible if they can do that. Yeah.
Let's flip the
But bear
question
in
to you,
mind,
Las.
Liverpool's defense is strong as well. Ram. You look at Van
Yep.
Dijk. Then you had that. What's the other player? The other defender?
Matip.
Matip.
Yeah,
But
Martin. He's
Liverpool can concede goals. They have been conceding goals.
Oh,
It's
we
not
have
like
been
they have
conceding a
not.
lot of goals
They've
recently,
conceded a
actually.
lot of goals.
Yep.
So it's a matter that Arsenal can exploit it or not. On the game on Sunday. So I think Arsenal have a fair chance. I do think so.
Let me
Yep.
but
let me
it's not
turn it.
easy in Anfield.
Let me turn it
Yeah,
to
it's
Samson.
not
Like
easy.
Samson,
Yeah,
we've heard from Raki on where are you fearful of the Arsenal team? Who are the players you're scared of in this Arsenal team? Where do you think they can hurt us?
Yeah, so I think it's the fluidity in midfield for me, the engine of Arsenal. Somehow Arteta has found a formula for the midfield, 4 or 5 depending on how many midfielders they play. For me, I think they've kind of worked it out. A very hardworking bunch, very young, very energetic. I think apart from Abu Mayang, I think the third or second eldest, I think after that is only about 24, 25 years old. So you can see it's a pretty young squad, and looking at the last couple of games, they're go-getters. They really want to turn it around for Arsenal. They've got an outstanding. Oh, I have to talk about Ramsdale. He's been outstanding, man. So I think
Outstanding,
Yeah, yeah,
not
yeah,
outstanding.
not, not
Yep,
just
yep.
the saves he's been making, but how he motivates the team. He's like, oh my god, he
Correct.
He's
was
very
with the
passionate, man.
entire
Very, very
Yeah,
passionate,
very
man.
passionate.
very
Yeah.
animated, very passionate. He's just, they were saying apparently like Arsenal lacks a voice apparently in the dressing room, and apparently he's the one, that has come up. So I think that there are a lot of potential in this team. Liverpool, however, for me, that they are a bit up and down this season. But again, having said that, we have got a good defense, a very experienced defense. So it is definitely a true test for Arsenal coming to Anfield. And if they can penetrate our defense, that means I think they have done really well. I am definitely, as I said, I think the midfield is going to be a bit of a test for us. If we are without Henderson, we are relying on Oxlade-Chamberlain, who has been very, on a shaky form. So I hopefully he brings his A game and he proves himself, because this is the time for him to step up. And he is an ex-Arsenal player. So if ever there's a time for Oxlade-Chamberlain to step up, this is the time. He needs to step up because he's been playing as a winger in Arsenal, and he wanted to play a center midfielder role, and he came to Liverpool and Klopp honored that request. So he switched him to a more central role. This is the time for him to shine.
Yeah, good point. I've got to be honest. I'm worried about our defense. Defense not because of the defenders, but because of the midfield. Because I think our midfield has been letting us down. People are running past through the middle very easily, and this is where I'm actually afraid about Arsenal, because Arsenal have very good ball carriers now. Emil Smith-Rowe is one of the best ball carriers in the league.
Oh, I love that guy.
Brilliant. And
Yep.
and if you think about it, right, Samson, in the game against West Ham, Jared Bowen, Said Benrahma were causing us a lot of problems running with the ball. And this is what Smith-Rowe and Bukayo Saka do. They run with the ball at pace. They're young people. Young players run with pace. So I'm worried about our midfield because of that, which is why I'm not against the fact, and I hope Klopp does this, because we have a lack of midfielders, rather than play all 3 of our fit midfielders, keep one on the bench and start with Fabinho, Thiago as a double pivot. So match Arsenal's formation 4-2-3-1. Go with 2 of them in the center, Fabinho and Thiago. Both of them are used to playing as a 2. And then play with, I know Firmino is not fit, but play Jota, play Salah, play Mane, and maybe play Taki
You mean play
Minamino.
Arsenal at their own game?
Yeah,
You play Arsenal at their own game. Is that
Maybe
what
play
you're saying?
Taki Minamino or play Divock Origi. He's got a brilliant goal at West Ham, right? So but just switch it around because we don't have fit midfielders. We have to keep one guy on the bench, man. If not, we've got no midfielders to come on. Play a 4-2-3-1, and maybe the two double pivot will be able to give more protection to the defenders with the likes of Smith Rowe and Bukayo Saka running through the middle. So that's my concern. That's how I hope he lines up, especially if Henderson is not fit, man. What are your thoughts on that, Samson?
Knowing Klopp, I'm not sure if he's going to switch. However,
Yep.
I do get your point. I understand because the concern is in the central of midfield, where if because we like to play our very high line, and if the midfield is not cooperating with the defense, then it's going to leave gaps, and that's where they're going to exploit. So
normally, if you notice against West Ham, normally Fabinho gets left on his own sometimes because the other two are flying forward. So that's why I feel like a double pivot may be the way forward.
I do get your point. I don't know whether if Klopp will do it.
But what about the sudden change, like having this fluidity that you guys have, and then suddenly changing to a double pivot? Won't that hurt you all in the process? I mean, I'm just curious.
The thing is, we did something similar, where he kind of changed the formation against City last year. I don't know if you remember.
He dropped
Firmino to attacking midfielder kind of a role. And so it didn't work out well. I think it was a disaster. It didn't work out well. But that's the thing. We don't know how he's going to line up this squad. But I think he's going to go for the traditional 4-3-3. So let's see.
Very interesting. Very, very interesting indeed. It's shaping up well. Now I'm going to turn it around to Rio Raki. Where are you worried about Liverpool? Who are the players you're most worried about?
Mo Salah.
Running down the wing.
Mo Salah.
Mo Salah and Sadio Mane. To be honest, this is the two most dangerous players for Liverpool. And speaking of Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, he might do a stunner like what he did against City.
Yep.
Yeah.
Remember the goal he scored against City? He might
go outside the box. Yeah.
Especially against the former team, it always happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what worries me the most. But if we can keep them in the pocket, then I think shouldn't be an issue. But like I said again, playing in Anfield is never easy for any team to play against Liverpool in Anfield at this moment, because Liverpool may look weak with the injuries, but they might come up with certain kind of attacks and certain kind of surprises. That's what Liverpool. I think we should know better, Warram.
Yep, exactly.
I like that.
Oh, that was a classic.
Too much.
After what happened in Old Trafford,
That's too much for me. Yeah. So
like I said,
John's got a great point here. John, we've been talking about the midfield battle, and then I want to comment from you as well, John. Again, I don't know if you just joined the chat, but we were suggesting maybe with the midfield injuries we have, maybe we start with the two in the middle of the park. So we play 4-2-3-1 just for this game. Fabinho, Thiago, and then play maybe Divock Origi and Minamino with Jota, Mane, and Salah. So I mean, do you think that's the way Liverpool should go? Because if we don't have Henderson fit, then we might have a bit of a problem. We're short in midfield, and I don't know if Ox can be trusted in the midfield, and it may leave Fabinho all alone. So let us know your thoughts on that, John. Thomas Partey versus Fabinho. I don't know if Partey is fit though. This is the thing, right? We don't know if Partey is going to be fit for this game. It's up and down. All right, quick one, Raki. Who are you going to start, man? So I think the rest of the team is pretty clear. Arsenal's team is pretty settled. I think there's only one place for debate. Do you start with Odegaard? All right, quick one, or do you start with Lacazette? I think the rest of the team is pretty clear.
I will go for
Odegaard.
Yeah, I will go for Odegaard. Because Lacazette is more... Odegaard gives better ball supplies compared to Lacazette.
Yep.
He can supply well, and his movement, his touches and all that, his vision is way better than Lacazette. Okay, so I would think that Lacazette should come in maybe in the second half.
Fair enough. So you would start Odegaard line instead. So I mean, that's pretty clear. So that's the Arsenal lineup. Samson, I think for us it's pretty clear as well. There are only one or two positions I want to talk to you about. So I mean, if we go 4-3-3, then we only have three midfielders, so you know who we're going to start. If Henderson is fit, Henderson starts instead of Ox. I think the front three is clear. It's Jota, Mane, and Salah. We don't have any. I mean, he's not going to start Origi suddenly out of the blue, or Taki, who probably will never start in the next 2 years, but in the league. But in defense, so I think the only question is in defense, two positions. which is left back. Would you start with Robertson or would you start with Kostas Tsimikas?
I'm with you. I think you mentioned earlier, because of the slight knock that he got, I wouldn't risk Robertson playing this game. We've got a couple of other games coming up as well, and also seeing that Kostas has been on a bit of good form as well. Good, he's getting into the game, so he needs game time, and he did well against for Greece as well. So I would play Kostas, actually, to be honest with you, against Arsenal.
Likewise, I would start him. Apparently, he was man of the match for Greece as well.
Yep.
One more position then for debate, which is basically the partner for Van Dijk. Would you go with Joel Matip or would you go with Ibrahima Konate?
Matip, and we need Matip back. I think Konate, he embarrassed United. That's good enough for him. I think let him take a break and start again another time. But against
Actually, I differ from you here. It's a healthy debate, right? You're going with Matip. I would actually start with Ibrahima Konate. The simple reason is Matip played against West Ham. I mean, we conceded 3 as well. I just feel with the pace that Arsenal have, with Bukayo Saka, with Emil Smith-Rowe, with Aubameyang, they're all fast players. Lacazette, they're all speedy players. I think we might need the pace of Konate to cover for Trent on the right with his pace, right? Because he's pretty fast on the ground. So I just feel that maybe Konate may be the way to go for this one. But yeah, I mean, it could be either one of the two. I think Gomez is injured, so it'll be either one of the two. But I just feel the pace may come in handy. All right, guys, let's get
half the time. Yeah.
Sorry?
Gomez is injured half the time.
Gomez is always injured pretty much. So
Harry, I just received the latest news.
Yep.
Thomas Partey will be playing against Liverpool. He's fit.
Thomas Partey, he's fit.
Yeah, he's fit.
Okay.
He's
so
fit.
that's I don't know if it's good news or bad news. Actually, I wouldn't mind Partey starting, because if he starts and he's not really 100% fit, he'll get injured again. So it's probably a good idea that Partey plays. But let's see how that pans out. But anyway, let's get to predictions, guys. Quick predictions around the house. Let's start with Ram, before I get to the two main. Ram, you're a neutral here. What's your prediction for this game, man?
I think Arsenal's going to win this game. I have a feeling Arsenal's going to go into Anfield. Even though Arsenal is saying that, like what Raki is saying, Anfield is a difficult stadium to be in. But I think Arsenal's going to win this one, probably 2-1, 3-1. I can see them scoring a few goals in this one.
Oh, that's a big dream coming from a United fan.
I mean, I honestly want Arsenal to win, because, to be honest, we have not met Arsenal yet in the Premier League. So Arsenal can go ahead and beat Liverpool. And when we meet you guys in the Emirates, Old Trafford will kick your ass. So, yeah. By all
Ram,
means.
you better stop talking about kicking your ass right now. Right now, you should just keep quiet. You should hide under the table. Don't use words like kick your ass all night.
Ram, give me a high five. Give me a high five.
I'll just do this, bro. I'll just do this,
Oh God!
All right, let's move on then. Raki, prediction for the game, man.
I'm going for 1-1 draw.
Sorry?
1-1.
1-1 draw.
Yeah, I'm going for 1-1 draw.
All right, Samson.
I'm going for draw as well. 2-2. I think high scoring draw.
You actually going for a draw as well in this one. You think Arsenal going to pick a draw? I'm actually very nervous going into this game, because I've been watching a bit of Arsenal. They're keeping clean sheets. They're very pacey in attack. And especially with Smith-Rowe, I'm a big fan of the guy, man. The way he moves with the ball, Bukayo Saka as well, I think they may cause us a lot of problems, just like Bowen and all did. But I still back Liverpool to get a result. I think Arsenal will score a goal, but I think Liverpool are going to win 3-1. They'll come out on top. Because I don't think, as good as that Arsenal defense, I don't think they have played the likes of players of the ilk of Salah and Mane yet. And even the way Jota plays as well. So I think that's why I've got some predictions from the guys. John Bosco goes 2-0, Salah, Jota.
Dream on.
And Leicester has taken it a step further, 5-1.
Okay.
The days of Daniel started.
Is he playing FIFA 22? 5-1?
Seriously.
All right, now let's move on to to the biggest game of the weekend, like even bigger than Liverpool Arsenal, like, you know. This game is huge, man.
Oh yeah, it's damn huge, bro.
Okay, the bus is huge. The bus is huge. The wheel is huge. But Ole not so huge. I mean, come on.
The
Yeah.
wheel is not even
Yes, Hari,
attached to the bus,
as
you know.
usual, as usual.
In all fairness, lah, you know, I think Hari and Ram, and Raki as well. I, you know, to all my Arsenal fans as well, I've been always saying the same thing. I give Arteta time, and to Ram, same thing. Give Ole time. Don't worry. I think something will work out. It's okay. Y'all fight for relegation also, never mind. But give him time.
But Samson. You mean after spending 75 million on Jadon Sancho, and who else they bought? Huh?
Rafa
Yes.
Varane,
Rafa Varane,
Varane.
Ronaldo.
And give time, spending that much of money.
Give time.
Wow.
Give time.
Wow.
but actually,
I
at the
like
same-
I like how the recent episodes is
Man,
like
I like
the wheel.
fire on the wheel.
it starts off very well, you know, with Liverpool, you know, and then boom, it comes to United. I'm speechless. I'm utterly speechless. I don't know what to say, and you know,
Ram, is this man going to save Ole again? Tell us.
no, I don't think so. So you know, so I think if I'm being a neutral over here, I'm a United fan, but I'm going to be a very realistic situation over here. I think United will not win the game. I think it's going to be a draw. Hello,
Hey.
Is your son Arsenal fan as well?
Yeah, I'm trying to convert him into Arsenal fan.
Convert.
So
from
what's
what?
he's supporting from what? He's supporting what club now?
So far he's watching Arsenal games with me. So yeah, I'm trying to give him the history of Arsenal.
Okay. Okay. Keshav, come
Ram,
on.
let's-
3-1.
All
No
Keshav goes Watford
way.
3. So let's get into it,
No
lah, Ram. You're the United
way.
fan here. You're the United fan
Yeah.
here. So let's ask the questions to you, lah. How confident are you going into the game? What do you think is going to happen with this game, man? This is a must-win for you, right? It's an absolute must-win,
Yeah.
right?
Dude, we've been saying must win game for like don't know.
No,
God knows
but
how
still,
many
there were
games.
tough games, right? There were tough teams.
Yeah,
There was
yeah,
Liverpool,
yeah,
there was
yeah.
City.
Yeah.
Isn't this a must win away
Of
against
course,
a team
it
that's
has to.
struggling at the
It has
bottom?
to. It has to be a must-win game. I mean, it's never been like a must-win game, and Ole's job is on the line. Every time it's a must-win game, we lose badly. Ole is still the manager at the end of the day. So honestly, to me as a United fan, it is a must-win game for sure. But I do think that it's not going to be a win. I think it's going to be a draw. I think it's going to be a 0-0. It's going to be one of those sluggish 1-1, probably 2-2
You mean
kind of
what?
draws.
You have Rashford, Cavani, Ronaldo, Greenwood, and you're still staying good for a draw.
Against Watford.
I still think it's going to happen because international break coming back. You know, apparently Ole has had a crisis talk with Maguire and Ronaldo and whatnot. There was some reports that he had a crisis talk, but I do think it's about damage control at the moment. I think it's not about going all out. You know, after the loss against City, so I think it's going to be about damage control. So I do see this coming to a very close 0-0. 1-1 draw, and then they move
I
on to
can't
the next
believe.
game. That's
I
what
actually
I
can't
see.
believe you're saying this because for me this is complete lack of confidence. That means it shows the state of mind
No, I
United
don't
fans
have-
are in now.
I
Complete
don't
lack of
have the
confidence. Going
confidence.
away against
Yes,
Watford was
yes.
struggling.
I
think
don't have the
United
confidence.
will. I think United will win comfortably. I think 2 or 3-0. To be honest with you, I'm not joking. I really think United will win at least 2-0 against Watford.
They always do, isn't it? Whenever he's in trouble, he pulls the result out, right? From
Yeah,
somewhere. So
Yeah.
I think so because you see, they somehow managed to beat Spurs 3-0. There was a Spurs
Correct.
who was not performing, and then they lost to City after that, and then now they're going to win again. And then who they're playing next? Probably they'll lose that game.
oh, they're playing Chelsea next. They're playing Chelsea next.
They're playing Arsenal.
That's what I'm saying. You see,
No.
they're playing Chelsea next, right? So they will win this game and they will lose the Chelsea game.
No, I'd
And then
rather
they
they
play
draw this
Arsenal after
game.
that.
I'd rather they draw this game, prepare themselves, and they beat Chelsea. I'd rather that happens, than winning this game and then losing the next game. I think
All right.
rather they
So,
draw and they win
so
the
getting
next
into
game.
this game, let's getting into this game itself, Ram. What
Yeah.
are the team news with United? Any news that you have heard of? Any injuries? Any players coming back into the team or from injuries, etc.?
from what I understand, Luke Shaw looks doubtful.
He shouldn't play
probably,
lah. Luke Shaw shouldn't play
yeah,
for a while.
he looks doubtful.
Yeah.
So I think Alex Telles could possibly come on.
Is
As
Rafa
you know,
Varane back or still injured?
no,
No,
he's
he's
still
out.
out. He's still out. He's
Okay.
out. And apparently Pogba, as you know, is out.
Maguire is fully
Maguire-
fit, I guess.
He scored two
Maguire,
goals. He scored 2 goals.
Look,
Okay, so
Samson, his job
he's
is
your
not to
man.
score goals.
This was
His
his
job is not
celebration,
to score
Samson.
goals. Okay. Okay. Oh,
He is
I
your
think
man.
that is the thing. I don't understand Maguire's celebration is to silence the critics. That you do if you are a striker and you're not scoring goals, you do that. But if you're a
He kept
defender,
two
you
clean
need
sheets.
to
He kept 2 clean sheets. He scored 2 goals. What more you want from the guy? He let him perform for you this week.
Do you think he played well again with England? I don't think so. I think he
I
did
think
make
he
some
was
Played well.
mistakes.
He played well. He
I
played
thought he
well.
was all right. He played a
He played well.
three-man defense. I thought he was well.
Yeah.
But again, his pairing was good. He had John Stones and he had Walker. So his pairings were very, very good.
So Ram, who will partner him then with Varane injured? Will it be Lindelof or would it be Bailly or would they play a 3 at the back again?
It looks like Lindelof will definitely be partnering him.
Actually, let's turn the question very quickly, Ram, before you answer that. The last 2 games he's played a 3 at the back, right? Against Spurs and against City.
He will not play 3 at the back this time. That's for sure.
But then what's the point of changing the formation just to change it back again within 2 games?
That's the
I thought
thing.
the 3 at the back. I thought the 3 at the back was to get the most out of Ronaldo, so you pay Ronaldo with another striker, with a strike partner, right? So do you think he's going to stick with that, or he's going to revert back again?
Okay, so let me ask you the question: have you seen that working out in any case?
It beats Spurs.
Beat Spurs.
So that is not a point. Right? It didn't work. So it didn't work. So for me, I think he's going to stick with the back four. He's going to have Lindelof, Maguire. He's going to have probably Telles on the left hand side.
And who's on the right? Apparently, the flow on the right is one of the worst players with the ball on his feet. So says Mr. Roy Keane as well.
Okay.
Hey, they bought him 50 million from Crystal Palace, man.
Yeah. So we have made a lot of
Don't let him do a wing-back job, lah.
Interesting transfers.
Just
But there is a talk of Jadon Sancho being a wing-back, so you never know.
Correct. I heard. Yeah. There's a talk. Yeah.
Yeah, so
that
that could
I
be
mean,
a
if you
possible.
bought
That would be a bad
Jadon
idea.
Sancho for 75 million, one of the best attacking players, you turned him to a wing back, right? Oh my God, man! I don't know what to say about Ole Gunnar Solskjaer already, but
people like Gareth Bale moved up from left back to left wing to striker. Sancho is moving backwards.
backwards. Anyway.
It's okay. I do agree with all of you. Actually, I do think it's a very stupid move, to be honest. But I love my
So
club
if you were
and,
if you were
hope
manager,
they can do
if you were
something.
manager,
Yeah.
if you were Oli this weekend, who's the front three that you will play?
The front three. I'll go
because
with
you're playing
of
with the 4 at
course,
the back, right?
Yeah, I'll go with Marcus Rashford. I'll go with Ronaldo, and I'll go with Jadon Sancho for sure.
Okay, interesting. And what about midfield? Would you play Van de Beek?
Of course, Van de Beek. I'm a big fan of Van de Beek. I love that guy. I think he can spring a pass. He's way better than McTominay, McSauce they call him, or McFred. So anytime better than any of those two. So I do think Van de Beek deserves a chance. There was something on social media. Don't quote me, but that's what I read, that Van de Beek could be, getting his first start, against Watford. So I think that could be a possibility. Very much so.
Very interesting indeed. Let's see if he does get his first start against Watford.
Yep.
Interesting. All right, so who are you afraid of, Ram? Before we get to predictions, who are you afraid of from the Watford side? Anyone scares the living daylights out of you?
No one. I'm just scared of United.
Everyone.
Because in my opinion,
He's scared of his own players. He's scared of his own players.
Okay, if you want to know what I'm scared of, what I'm really scared of, is United's midfield. Or to be honest, I'm scared of United's midfield. If they can't gel properly, it's going to
He's scared of his own players.
Eugene, if I see you in person, I'll knock your head as well. Something like that.
He's in Lanka.
Yeah, he went to a yellow cafe, yellow cafe. He's having a margarita over there or something like that right now.
Actually, I think you should be afraid of two players. Maybe I would say probably Emmanuel Dennis is good, but I think
Sa.
I like Joshua. Joshua King has got form, isn't it now under Ranieri?
Yeah.
Josh King.
Oh yeah,
He's
good
got
form.
goals. And then Ismail Assam, man. I think he's a top winger. Ismail Assam. I think he will give Maguire and whether it's Shaw or Tellez, whoever,
But
he'll give
hey,
them
let me ask you guys this, okay? Yes, currently United lack system, they like a gameplay, they like a pattern of football. Let's be honest, they do. Okay, there's no fluidity in terms of the attack whatsoever. It's all about hit and hope. Thanks, Hari. I'm not keen. I'm not going to look at this picture again. But I can tell you, Watford has a better system. Whether it's defense, whether it's midfield, whether it's going forward, I think they have a better system. That's what I'm afraid of. It's not about the players. I think it's about what Ranieri can actually put forward in this Watford squad that is quite worrying for me. So I do see them scoring goals. I do think Watford will score a few goals. I don't see United keeping any clean sheets, but a draw would be a high possibility. A win is a bonus. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh, we've got a big Arsenal fan here.
Wow.
Arsenal 2, Liverpool 0.
Wow.
Interesting.
Right.
I don't know, man. It's going to be a very, very tricky game. I wouldn't be surprised,
It
man.
is.
We've got to get our game in order. But okay, so Ram, so prediction time, man. Put your neck on the line. Watford, Man United.
Of course, I'm a United fan. I want them to win, but I'm going to be very realistic on this. I'm going to say it's 1-1.
1-1.
You say it's 1-1.
All right.
1-1. What about you, Samson?
2-0 or 3-0. 2-0. I'm going to back Ole. I'm telling you, 2-0 he's going to win.
Ole Gunnar Solskjaer will win 2-0 against Watford. You heard it here first, guys. Raki, what about you?
I'm going for 2-1. United 2, Watford 1.
Okay, United win there. So you got a couple of United wins. I'm actually going to go the other way. I think Watford win this 2-1.
Wow.
Hey, Ole is going to get sacked then.
Yeah,
I don't think he'll still get sacked. He still won't get sacked, bro. Don't worry. Watford will win this 2-1. That's my honest opinion, man. I think they'll get a win.
No, you know what's the funny thing? He doesn't get sacked after losing 5-0 to Liverpool. He doesn't get sacked after losing 2-0 to Man City. And then if Watford wins, oh no, now it's time to sack him. We're like, what? It's
no. You know why I want Watford to win. You know why I want Watford to win, guys. I'll be very honest with you, because if you realize, every time the opposition team wins against United these days, the opposing fans at the end of the game, they all sing the Ole Gunnar Solskjaer song. It's not the United fans. It's the opposition fans.
I'm sick of that song.
Ole's at the wheel, Ole's at the wheel. Na. Ole's at the wheel. So I just want the pleasure of seeing the Watford fans do that. Because if Watford fans start doing that, I don't know where you put your head, bro. I really don't know where you put your head.
Harry, there's another celebration, Harry. There's another celebration where United lose. They go, see!
Let's see.
So let's see how this pans out. That's my hope, and I'll probably catch the game. What time is this game again?
10.
It's
I think it's at 10.
11.
It's 11 Saturday night. All right. Let's see. We'll try and see if we can get some highlights of this game, guys. Keep a watch. Do keep the comments coming in as well, guys. Let us know if you want Ram to do something if Watford beats Man United. Ram is willing to do anything if Watford beat Man United. So let us know.
What do you mean I'm willing to do anything? I do insane, dude. Don't put words in my mouth, bro. Seriously,
Ram, sorry, Ram still owes us the punishment from the last session, So
No, okay. I tell you what. Very simple punishment, guys. If Watford beat Man United,
why am I getting a punishment?
I will leave your comments. Give us suggestions of what you want Ram to do, and then we'll see whether it's workable. But
guys,
Ram will even go as far as to sing the Ole Gunnar Solskjaer song.
No. Let's be fair. Okay, if United loses the game, fine. I'll take whatever punishment you guys accept wearing a Liverpool jersey. I'm very, very clear. I'm not going to wear a Liverpool jersey. And I think this has to go hand in hand if Liverpool loses the game, because my co-host is a Liverpool fan. So if Liverpool loses the game, he equally has to be in the punishment as well. So Fair? All fair? Square?
Why not?
But Liverpool don't lose very
Raki,
often.
you're
You
safe.
guys-
Raki, you're safe. Don't worry.
Okay, what about this suggestion? Eugene
Ram have to
says,
shave. Ram have to shave.
shave what? Eugene, you
Eugene,
must
Eugene,
mention shave.
I'll shave your ass, Eugene. I'm going to save.
Ram to shave.
I'm to shave what? Eugene, you must specify, yeah, because
Bro,
it can
shave
get the
middle
wild
one,
running.
Charlie
Bro.
Chaplin. Okay.
All right, guys. So we
Interesting.
move on then. Let's get to the final game before we wrap up the show. We got to talk about Leicester City, Chelsea because it's a big game, man.
First game of the week.
First game of the week is the opening game of the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Should be a cracking game of football. I think we'll get straight into it. I mean, we won't go to the details of this game because we know I mean, Chelsea are playing away at Leicester as well.
Yeah.
How do you think this game is going to play out, Samson? Do you think Leicester have a chance to beat Chelsea, and what do you expect to happen?
Oh yeah, the Leicester definitely have a chance. I think they beat the United. They even took the game to.
They
to
lost
City,
to
I think.
Arsenal though. They lost to
They
Arsenal
lost-
at home
yeah,
though.
they lost to Arsenal. So the thing is when they let their guard down, so they thought Arsenal was not on as what as they used to be. They let their guard down, but in big teams, with United, with City and all that. So I think they have really shown that they can definitely. They've got good players. Wadi's been scoring some stunning goals. Tielemans has been in the form of his life. So I think their defense has been good as well. So I think they can cause an upset. I want Chelsea to drop points because if not, it'll be just too much of a gap there. So Leicester's the team to do it. So let's see.
Interesting. I feel the same way, man. I just mine is I don't know. I think mine is more hope than anything because I just want Chelsea to drop points somewhere and have a defeat somewhere. So hopefully Leicester get a result, but we just never know. Rocky, what do you think, man? Do you think Chelsea could drop points here? Or?
Nah, Chelsea's not going to drop points, man. I mean, yeah, look, I heard Lukaku is returning back.
Yep.
The Lukaku, I mean, he might easily play 60, 70 minutes. So I'm looking, Chelsea is pretty complete, in terms of defense.
Yeah, actually, that's my fear. They're the most
midfield.
complete team, lah.
Yeah.
And their striking force is there. So you look the game against Liverpool, where their right back was red card for the handball, remember?
Yep.
And then they played with 10 men with a complete organized defense. So I'm looking at Chelsea. They will not drop points until they have some injury issues like maybe Liverpool or Arsenal or something like that. But I'm not looking at Chelsea to drop any points. They are really strong in every corner. In fact, what's the German player? Yeah, the one they bought from Bundesliga, Kai Havertz. Yeah, he's good. He's performing. He's really performing. In terms of I'm looking at his gameplay and all that. So I'm looking at Chelsea. I'm going for Chelsea this game, to be honest.
Interesting. What about you, Ram? Actually, I echo that thoughts. The thing is, I just don't see Chelsea dropping points. I feel the same. I think they're the most complete team in the division because they know how to keep clean sheets. They know how to keep their back door shut.
You'll be surprised against Leicester. I think Leicester has just something that is coming up to the horizon.
No, but that's
right
not the thing, Ram. I know Leicester have got a lot of threat and all, but I just don't see Chelsea conceding goals. That's the problem.
Correct. You look at it.
If you don't concede a goal, you just need one goal to win a game, and they've got enough.
They drew against Burnley though. So the last game they drew.
But if you watch the game against Burnley, Samson, it was one-way traffic, man.
Oh, definitely.
So
it has to be with you're playing Burnley, but the problem is it is still possible. So and if they can draw against Burnley, you're talking about a Leicester team who are. I think they can definitely at least draw with Chelsea.
I see a draw. I see a draw happening in this one. Yeah.
I mean, I wish it's a draw or a win for Leicester.
And they're playing away. They're playing away.
Samson, Chelsea drew with Burnley. Liverpool got burned against Burnley. Remember that?
Oh, bro. Well, wait. I can't remember what's the last result with Burnley.
Liverpool, I mean, they have a pretty upset result with Burnley. Burnley always wins them by 1-0 or 2-1.
Yeah.
Last season we lost.
Yeah,
last season, yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? So again, as I said, so this game I think is going to be a draw.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I hope it's a draw. Well. I really hope it's a draw. In fact, I hope it's a Leicester win, but I think it's more hope than anything, because I find Chelsea very complete, Cool. Cool. So let's get some predictions around. Ram, pick a winner and give us a score.
I think Leicester 2-1.
Leicester
Nice.
2-1.
Nice.
Samson.
I think it's going to be 2-2 lah. I'm going for 2-2 again.
2. Rocky.
2-0 Chelsea.
Comfortable win for Chelsea. I'm saying this from hope, not anything else. I hope Leicester get a 1-0 win, but it's hope lah. It's not very much more than hope lah, Brilliant, guys. Brilliant show. Great having Rocky on the show. Guys, before we end the show or anything of that sort, I didn't really prepare for this. I mean, there's a section, but I want to get your thoughts, man. I'm going to get your thoughts as well, Samson, because me and Ram actually did a show on this a few days ago. Steven Gerrard back in the Premier League, managing Aston Villa. You were not on the show, so I want to get a Liverpool fan, another Liverpool fan thought on it as well. What do you think about that, man? Steven Gerrard back in the league, managing Aston Villa, and how do you think it's going to play out for him, man? You think it's going to be a success there?
Yeah, if I never already had a soft spot for Villa, I do now, more than. So, definitely they're my second team now to watch in the Premier League. So I do wish Steven Gerrard the best. I think he will definitely succeed. If you look at Rangers, how he transformed them, and very consistent. They have been unbeaten for so many games. They did very well in Europe as well. So I think he can. He's the man to take as the Villa to the next level. Again, he's also he's going to slowly progress, and I think Villa are a massive club, and they can back him financially as well. So yeah, he's got. It will be nice to see how he's managing Villa, especially with Ings. He played with Danny Ings before, and now he's managing Danny Ings. So let's see.
Yeah, that would be classic, isn't it? And he played with Ashley Young before in the England team as well.
There you go.
In the England team as well. So that would be very,
nice.
very interesting. Do you want him, and do you think he will be the successor to Klopp when Klopp leaves?
Let's see how he does against Villa first. I think it's going to be a different test in the Premiership. It's not going to be as no disrespect to Rangers or even the Scottish League. But the Premiership is a whole different ball game. Not even top managers, they don't really prefer. Look at Mourinho, how many clubs he just jumped, and he's not easy. So let's see.
Gerrard will do well. I think Gerrard will do well.
I think so too.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know if. Go ahead, Ram.
No, in my opinion, because when he's in Scottish Premier League, there was a player, I think that he what was that player? Concelos. What was that player that was in Rangers?
Morelos.
Striker. Morelos. Yeah, that he could not actually. He was a bad-tempered kind of guy, but his management is pretty good. He's now under contained. So there's so many things that I think Gerrard has. When he was. Of course, came out of playing football. So I think a lot of these little attributes that he has can be, very useful in the Premiership. So when he has a team like Aston Villa, I think he can bring out the best in a lot of these players that Dean Smith couldn't do it. So I think that could be a possibility that you can see.
And I don't know if you guys caught his interview, the first interview for Villa. Go and catch it if you guys haven't, man. I thought he handled himself brilliantly, man.
Really well.
He came across really, really well. Very, very confident, knows what he's going to do. He's got a plan in mind. And I think why I feel he will succeed is sometimes it's not just about you as a manager. You have got to acknowledge that you are not the ultimate manager and you need help.
Yeah.
And he's got a backroom team that gives him a lot of help.
Yeah.
I think he's got Gary McAllister, assistant manager. Yeah. He's got Michael Beale, who's one of the best technicians. Used to be in the Liverpool Academy before, who helps him on the field. He's got a couple of other guys as well who help him on the tactical stuff as well. So I think that's where his support team is what is going to get him across the line. It's what has helped him at Rangers.
Another point on Gerrard, you must understand what you're getting out of him. He's a leader, natural leader. So he's Captain Marvel. That's what he was.
Been there, done that. Done that.
That passion. If you thought Klopp was animated, you wait till you see Steven Gerrard at the sidelines. Wait till you see Steven Gerrard at the sidelines.
Yeah, let's hope, man. So it's going to be a gig. I'm going to watch that game, man. I'm going to have to watch this first game as manager for Villa. Raki, very quick thought from you, man, because you've got no allegiance to Liverpool or Gerrard. But how do you think he's going to go in the Premier League as manager of Villa?
Well, looking the way he guided Rangers, I think, he will do a good job at Villa because he has that captaincy, that patience, that charisma. So I think it shouldn't be an issue. And players respect him. Players look upon him because he's considered as Liverpool legend, except for the slipping part against Chelsea.
Yeah.
You
had to remind us about that. You had to remind us about that.
But overall, he's perfect. I mean, to be honest, as an Arsenal fan, I watched the game against AC Milan in Istanbul, and the way the first goal went in, and the way he urged the support, the thing, to be honest, to have that kind of command and to have respect for players, it's totally different.
Yeah, I
So
mean,
think he'll do a good job.
the one thing he'll have a lot of respect from his players, for what he's achieved, for the
Correct.
kind of guy he is, very honest, very driven himself, hardworking.
Correct.
So they'll put 100% in for him. And I just imagine, if I'm a midfielder playing for Villa now, you look at Steven Gerrard, one of the best midfielders ever in the game. I can learn a ton from this guy, man. And I think every midfielder there, their game is going to go up by 10-20%. So that would be
for sure
very interesting to watch. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool, guys. Brilliant.
he-
Raki, it was a pleasure. Tell me.
But he got to take it slow, Steven Gerrard. Unless Frank Lampard went too fast to Chelsea and couldn't deliver. He got to go step by step.
And I think that's why moving to Villa was a good move for him. Rangers, very good move, and then Villa, good move.
Correct.
Taking it a step at a
I
time.
mean, there are some players that who are former players coming into management that could really hit it off from the ground running. I think Gerrard is one of those guys that could do it. You saw Frank Lampard at Chelsea, who didn't make it, of course. Of course, you look at Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Needless to say about him, but
No, but
Hari,
to be honest with you,
when I
think
see you
we
in
are-
Gangsa South, I'm going to knock your head with a hammer. Seriously. I will bring a wheel. I will knock you with a wheel, with a tire or something, with a wheel, and just to share with you, whatever. But I think aside to that, I think Gerrard is one of those different leagues when it comes to management. So it pains me.
I mean,
to
we'll
say
see
as
how
an
we'll
fan,
see how it
but
works.
I think,
I mean, we'll see how it
possible.
pans out, guys. I mean, it's all open. We never know how it's going to pan out, but the sincere hope is that he really does well. This is a really good point as well. Eugene Vieira, Patrick Vieira is doing wonders.
Yeah, correct.
Palace. He is
Yeah.
doing wonders at Palace right now. They're playing some great football under him.
No, we're
Correct.
at exciting times, guys. You get Ole at United, Vieira at Palace, Steven Gerrard, at Villa and things like that. So I think, so exciting time. We get to see players that we used to watch come into management now, So
Correct.
Awesome, great. Guys, listen, pleasure having you on the show, Raki, for the first time. It's definitely not going to be the last time, man. It would have been
Sure.
brilliant.
For
Brilliant
sure,
fun.
Raki.
Yeah.
We're gonna
Hansen,
have
the
you back.
resident pundit.
Yeah, we're gonna have you back.
I'm looking forward against United. I'm looking forward against United.
Well,
That's the game I won't
Rocky, I am looking forward to. I know you guys are much in confidence right now. Well done, okay, great. But I'm looking forward to have this review. When Arsenal beat Liverpool, so I think it's going to be really, really interesting.
Let's see.
To be honest, 1-1 is considered high expectation for me. But if we talk about reality, Liverpool is going to win. I mean, let's talk fair. I mean, as a fan, of course, who doesn't want their team to win? Of course, I want Arsenal to win. But then going to Anfield, even Arsene Wenger has said, Anfield is not a place to go to play against Liverpool, even though you're leading 3 or 4-0. It's not what it is. You guys saw what happened to Barcelona. They had Lionel Messi, Luis Suarez, Gerard Piqué, and all that, and all of them were lost 4-0.
our
Can you
striker was
imagine?
only Origi.
Actually, Samson.
Correct. Origi.
Actually, Samson, I mean, I think about it now again. I'm not glad. I would probably be even more, I don't know how to say it, man, but I almost feel that the loss against West Ham is going to wake up Liverpool. That was a wake-up call,
Yeah,
And I think
Continue
they'll go
sleeping.
gunning now.
Continue sleeping.
They'll go gunning to get a result.
You see, Liverpool is a team. In fact, I always tell my brother, who's a Liverpool fan, I think Tanvir.
Yeah. He's
I
joined
said,
us.
Liverpool is a team, when you write them off or you look down, they will really come back and hunt your ass back, man. I'm telling you, seriously. So Liverpool is different. They are different. Never look down on Liverpool. United, I'm not sure. But Liverpool, never look down on Liverpool.
United, I'm not sure. I mean, it just stabbed my heart, Rocky. Seriously, to stabbed my
Because,
heart.
United, even at the 94th minute, they might still get a penalty. That's the difference.
Yeah, and Bruno Fernandes is going to place the penalty above the bar. Is that what you're saying? So,
That was a classic. That was
no, but
All right,
honestly,
guys,
honestly,
brilliant.
yeah, honestly, yeah, it's been brilliant. It's been brilliant discussion.
Ram, over to you, man.
Well, to be honest, it's been a real pleasure having Raki and of course Samson once again on our show. As usual, the United fan is always a scapegoat at the moment, so I'll gladly take it. I don't know how many times Hari has shown that picture of Ole's at the wheel, but I do hope things will change, and I do hope that I can show a picture of my own version about Liverpool in the time to come. Anyway, so having said that,
Yeah,
this is
high five.
that's all I'm gonna do right now. That's all I'm gonna do right now. So having said that, I would thank you once again, guys, for coming on the show. This is the Plot
No worries, no
Malaysia.
worries.
Signing off
Always
from
a
the Plot
pleasure.
Malaysia. This is the show for the fans. Guys, join me. Yeah.
Bye,
Bye.
fans. All
All is
right.
at the
Come on.
wheel, at the wheel. All is at the wheel. Na 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 na. All is at the wheel, at the wheel. All is at the wheel. Yes,
Ciao,
guys.
guys. Ciao.